We're about to go on air. The Thommy Davis Show. Download the app. Power 410. Android and whatever other line is. I'm only concerned about Android. We're about to go on air for Power 410. Our guest today is Paul Braswell, and he's going to be dropping a lot of knowledge for you. So you just may want to tune in. Power 410.
All right, so you want to have an image of whatever you create.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that's like just specifying fine arts. Do you do the same thing for like a record collection or, say if you have instruments, like a flute or something like that? Is that the same thing?
I would say if you collect dirt, anything,
okay.
If you're collecting it and you want it to be insured, there's documentation that needs to accommodate it.
Okay.
Just like if it's dirt, you're going to have to take a picture of the dirt. Then also, you're going to have to describe what the dirt looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you're going to make sure the dirt is signed. Now, how you going to sign the dirt? Send me an email because I'm trying to figure out how you're going to sign that dirt. However, then you want to figure out the year that you collected the dirt.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And also whether the dirt is in a certain category. Maybe it's soil as an artwork in relation to artwork.
Mm-hmm.
It would be whether it's original, which means it's a one of a kind,
mm-hmm.
or is it a reproduction, which means there will be a number of dirt,
right.
Different kinds of dirt. Now, please don't y'all ask me to go all into it. Let's just say,
please.
But no, he didn't say yes, please.
No, please don't.
And anyway, speaking about the dirt or marbles or tops or anything, but what I'm going to basically focus on for those creators who focus on fine arts, and your fine art could be sculptures or whatever type material, which is referred to as mediums, to create whatever it is that you're creating. So you want to have a little history about it. You may want to also create a story behind it. And as you gather this information that you gather, you're going to have to document it somehow. Most people are familiar with Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Access.
Wait a minute. Okay, so we're suggesting Microsoft, but Microsoft does not sponsor us, and we're not speaking for Microsoft. Go ahead.
And they're not paying me one coin here. They're not paying me not one dime. But there are many tools that you can use, but I'm familiar. I'm just sharing from my own experiences. I'm experienced with Excel, and that comes with Microsoft. I believe Google, or what's that?
No, we're not.
Google? Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry.
We're not sponsoring anybody. Let's just say
go ahead, Google.
A spread. We're going to say a sponsorship. So let's.
Yes, a spreadsheet.
Okay,
that's even better. Because that's what Excel was.
You're still saying we are not sponsored?
We are on our own show.
Oh, listen.
And I'm not trying to be serious.
With this DEI stuff going on, you just never know.
Google,
well, go ahead.
Hotmail, MySpace, do it.
Okay, all right.
And with our new president, who knows? With our new president.
Okay, so we're not going to get into that, but go ahead.
All right, that's a whole other story. But basically what I'm saying to you as whomever that are out there listening, once you get the necessary information, actually, if you go to artchitchatchew.com on the blog or in the resource section of artchitchatchew.com, there'll be evidence of what I will be discussing. That's why I encourage you just pay attention, take notes, get a cocktail. And for those of you who use alcohol, it can be alcoholic. For those of you with diabetes, Just Sweet and Low or whatever that other brand is. They're not Sweet and Low is not playing it either. A cocktail, put on some porn, put on whatever works for you.
Woo.
But you just pull up and you going, oh. But anyway.
But that is artwork, I'm just saying.
Maybe it's a crib. Oh God, let me tell you something.
High five.
Wait a minute. You know, I always have a story, and my stories are incredible.
So Paul, you know, this is interesting. I just had an appraiser at my house, and they told me to do everything you said. Everything for my equipment, for my records. They said, you got to do one by one, year, date. Is it the only copy? Is it rare? All that kind of stuff is important to put on the insurance document. So this is very, very interesting.
And also, not only that, when a person is selling you whatever it is that they've created, the checklist, which will be on the unchained.com website under resources. There's a checklist. If you look at that checklist, you can use that checklist as a guide for your invoices, because when the insurance company, and I'll tell you a story about that, the insurance company also, without leaving their names. But baby, all my stories are true. Don't get it twisted. So the insurance company, along with the appraiser, they want specific information. And for all of you creators that are out there listening, pay attention. Pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you some really good shit here, and you won't need a laxative to get rid of it here. Anyway, this is what you want to do. Really, I'm on a serious note.
You deserve your own show, man. You really do. You deserve your own show.
Wait. Because on a serious note, it's about if you cherish what you have created as an artist, and what you, those of you that are listening, has obtained as a collector. Now, let's identify what a collector is. What I've learned from attending, and again, let me go back. All I'm sharing with you is what I've learned in the past 25, 30 years of collecting African-American art from people who look like me. I feel like the other side, they get a pass. But usually like us, people that look like us, or I don't think it's no white people or others up in this room, is it?
No.
But anyway, the people that look like us, I feel like, let's just move right along and keep the channel going. But anyway, I attended a workshop at the University of Maryland where the legendary Dr. Davis C. Driscoll did a presentation for art collectors, African-American art collectors. And the key thing is, for those of you who are listening, well, I'm not a collector, I'm not this, I'm not that. If you, according to Dr. Driscoll, if you have collected 3 or more items, like I said, it could be dirt, it could be marbles, it could be types, it could be staples, who the hell cares? But it's something that's dear to you. If you have 3 staples or more, you are considered a collector of staples. How about that? So you begin there. You have 3 staples. And with the 3 individual staples, I bought one from, what's the DJ name? Oh, God, DJ Thommy. I bought 3 from Tracy. Didn't he say his name, DJ Thommy?
DJ Thommy Davis. You're right.
Oh!
Yeah.
So.
You better hold on to that staple.
You
better hold on to it.
So, I buy 3 staples from DJ Thommy Davis, you know, the well-known person here in Baltimore City phenomenon. Anyway. So when DJ Thommy gives me the invoice, because I'm going to have these staples insured and appraised, he's going to give me the invoice. It's going to be what size the invoice is. It's going to get whether or not the staple is signed, what kind of condition that it's in. Is he the only owner of it? He may even provide a story or inspiration behind the staple that he created, because that story is a part of the artist, creator's legacy. He'll be gone. The legacy of the family has his estate. We come in like individuals that are interested in purchasing the artwork or these staples. They want to know, well, why did DJ Thommy or Artist Tracy or Jane Doe here sitting beside us. Decide, did I say Jane? It's Tarzan and Jane. Anyway, why he created what he created, the condition that he was in, the invoice price that he charged you for it. And also you may want to include on that invoice what it would be valued 5 years from there. That would be the replacement value. Because those items on that invoice that he provides to you, you can use that same invoice for insurance and appraisal. All that necessary. You have completed the checklist that you viewed on chitchatandchew.com, and that would be a great resource.
So what's the next point? And then after that, we're going to music.
Okay. Because we got stuff we got covered with you. You come in with all this stuff.
Yeah, you gotta.
He came in here with some stuff.
Prepared.
And look, I'm not even using my notes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is natural. You know, like vitamins.
Okay.
I mean, the vitamins not natural, is it? No.
Well, yeah.
Oh, they got natural vitamins.
Yeah, they have organic, so we're good. We're good with that.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. Okay, so go ahead. Your next point. After you get all your information together, what do you do next? Do you contact your insurance agent, or do you put it in a spreadsheet? What's the next step?
Well, it depends on the person. I would say if you're the person who is connected to whatever you connect, like your vessels or your blood that circulates through your entire body that keep you alive and your blood pressure low. For you know, those African Americans, you know, we got the that's what we're known for.
We got the sugar.
I was saying that the disclaimer for me is I'm not an insurance agent. Oh, hell no. I'm not an insurance agent. By trade, I'm a nurse. Nursing pays the bills. But art is...
Really?
Yeah, 40 years. However, the vision and my passion is art. Art is my vision and my passion. And that's what keeps me alive. Nursing keeps the lights on. And, you know, our gas and electric bills went up half of that. Half of that. Oh, yes.
Let's not talk about that.
Right, that's a whole other subject.
That's a second mortgage.
Maybe now you need roommates. Something.
You know.
So the people that sleep out on the street, which you know, if that's what you choose to do, it's fine. But just think, you don't have to worry about that right there until you probably go to somebody's house that was like, look, we're not turning on this. We can't cook enough because we can't afford to pay.
So wait a minute. You're a nurse.
By trade.
You're also an art collector.
Correct.
You're also a designer.
Oh, I'm doing got the cardboard, didn't you? Like, you know, you go to Kenzie's Kitchen.
Right, you got a lot of stuff. And I want other people out there to realize that you can expand yourself. You know, tell us.
Can expand?
How did you get to this journey?
Which one? All of them. Oh my God.
Let me tell you.
Well, oh my God. How did I get started with nursing?
Yeah.
Briefly. But actually, and all my stories are true, y'all. Anybody that knows me, they said, let me tell you what my family tells me. They was like, listen. My brother calls me Peppermint. He was like, listen. You know, we all like your stories, but we only going to get one more. They said, one more story, and all your stories are interesting. So we'll just leave right there. Anyway, how did I get started? With healthcare, oh gosh. When I think about it, I had no interest in healthcare. And my interest was in education. I wanted to be a school teacher so bad. But being a gay sissy, that's a gay sissy, that's the same. That's the same thing, isn't it? Let's say being a part of the LGBTQ family back in the 60s was like a living nightmare in color. I'm telling you. And the reason I say that is because if you grew up in a family right over in the hood, where Murphy Home Projects is, for those of you who live in Baltimore, y'all know where Murphy Home Projects is, Lexington Terrace, the project, yes, you know what I'm talking about. But, you know, living in that area, it made me think about that old movie that Good Oprah played in. Remember that movie she played in? Women of Brewster Place.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, I'm right. I'm right. So that's what growing up at 1100 block of Shields Place was like. Women of Brewster Place. So, however, being LGBTQ, well, it wasn't a Q during my era. It was just, you know the word, F word. And not the U became after it. It was F-A that came after it. Y'all know F-A-G. How about that? Anyway.
all language and opinions are voiced on this show are not representation of the people that run the show or
the radio station. This is us. So just like the TV show, this is us. So we're good. You can be yourself.
Okay, good. That's even. Oh my God! I know my family said, "Oh God, what did y'all do that?" But anyway, so one went to Booker T. Washington. Baby, everybody, oh God. And I liked school. Well, baby, during that time, being LGBTQ, it was a nightmare. Could not leave out the front door like the other students, had to leave out the back door, da-da-da-da.
Really?
Hell, I bet if I want to stay alive. And during that time, we had this teacher, I'll never forget it, we used to call her Cross-Eyed Miss Alice.
Wait, Paul, you got too many stories.
I know.
Keep going.
Let me move right on.
I want you to encourage people out there that overcame barriers like you did. And so you did that. You went from Brewster Place to nursing.
Mm-hmm. So how did you get to nursing? I know I know you said you wanted to be a school teacher.
Correct.
When did you change your mind?
Being beaten every day and be afraid, and I was leaving Miss Cross-Eyed Alice. How the students at the school used to tease Miss. I felt so bad for her. I really did. And I was like, oh, I know I can't do this. I can't do this. It's going to be too much. Mm-hmm. So after I graduated from high school, I started going to community college in Baltimore, not knowing what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And I used to see a lot of surgery shows on TV. Mm-hmm. So I go to CCB to become a surgical tech. Finished that program by my first job at a hospital in the operating room, because that's my background is the operating room. So I asked this nurse who I was working with, that thing is filthy rich now. I'm not going to call her name in case you're listening. Oh, no, I'm not going to call her name. So I was like, what do I have to do what you do? And she said, you have to go to school to be a nurse. So I was switching and jingling right into the good CCB and finished nursing school. So as I doing that journey of becoming a nurse, I realized that's where I got a chance to teach and educate. Plus, I got paid more money than teachers during that time. I don't have anything against all teachers because I want to be one. However, I got more money as an RN educator versus a school teacher educator. And that's how that transitioned to that. So now people say...
Best of both worlds.
Oh, correct. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And art, what led me to art was one of my friends at Sinai, Cheryl Grosser, she's probably listening. Actually, I'll text her. She came to my house that I had bought. We call it the Blue House because we did a little bit of everything up there. With the, it was the Blue House.
You got to say some stuff for the imagination.
So she came to my house, saw a piece that I actually bought from a well-known artist here, Larry Poncho Brown.
He's in this building.
I've been in that office
my arch nemesis.
Yo, who?
Tracy.
My arch nemesis.
Tracy.
Anyway.
She's doing shade.
Yeah,
that was so shady.
I don't ring a bell like that.
No shade.
Oh, you hear no shade? Yeah, I'm going to give her a bell. Yes, and the bell signifies an accomplishment here. Maybe that's something she got to work on. Exactly. And so she said, I was like, and actually the piece I bought, which is iconic, it's called Natural Rhythm. He was working as a vendor at Wyman Park at the where Johns Hopkins University is. Mm-hmm. And I bought it initially because I liked it. Plus he was black, he was handsome, but he don't do guys. He's strictly I mean, no, I am, but he's not. But anyway. That was done.
You are a delight, man.
Most people would use another word.
You are a delight on the show. We've had Erica. We've had
Badu.
Kevin.
What? Erica Badu.
Oh my God.
Did you have Erica Badu? It wasn't Erica. Who was it? Erica Shaquan.
No, Safari. She's
Safari.
She's with Safari nightclub.
What we're going to do is we're going to take a break.
Then we're going to take a break
And play some music. And then we're going to talk about some of this stuff. And we got some Facebook Live. Tracy, where you at so people can look at you on Facebook?
Okay, so to see it on Facebook Live and see the fabulous Paul Braswell.
Oh, wait a minute. Go to the YouTube channel.
Paul, don't yell.
You can go on. You can go on. You can go on Tracy Stevens, PRACY STEVENS, or go on Paul's Art Chit Chat and Chew YouTube Live, or you can go on Art and Chew Facebook page as well.
Oh, you don't have me live on there too?
Yes.
Oh, how y'all do that?
Let me see. Well, I thought that's what you logged into.
No, baby, I'm getting real. Look,
you on YouTube? You want to document this?
I want to go viral. What the hell?
Okay.
I'm trying not to work as a nurse anymore.
Believe me, I understand. So you can check out on Chit Chat and Chew YouTube, or you can go on my Facebook, which is Tracy Stevens.
Like it and share.
Yes, like it and share.
And MJ, I hope you're watching. MJ Harris. I hope you're watching.
Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. So
even though you don't like, how about that?
Back to the music. You are listening to Power 410. Just you can just download the app. You can get it on Google and whatever the Apple one is. I don't have Apple, so hey, I don't care. But anyway, so download the app and you can hear us live and in person. You can also, guess what? Hear repeats and sponsor the show.
Oh, real?
Oh, he said, need a feedback on what he sent you. They need feedback on what they sent you. They just sent a track. They need some feedback.
Oh, man. I gotta say that I'm 60 plus hours today.
Oh, is that the one?
I'm loving it. I'm so glad. Woo! No. Woo! Back in the day, that fucking hat, man. You are wearing that, man. You would not want to keep that in the car. I'm telling you, you are featuring that damn hat. You almost look better than me. Tracy, you got. I'm telling you all of that. What? I gotta see something. I'm gonna do CPR after this. Do y'all have y'all CPR card? I do. Ow.
And we're back. We're back to getting to tell you to download that app.
Yes.
Power 410. Power 410. Power 410. You know you want to hear the Thommy Davis Show loud on your speakers on Power 410.
So much fun.
So please download the app, and yes, you can hear this music just like you would hear the music inside of the club.
I love it.
So you're listening to the Thommy Davis Show, and we need you to download that app.
How did this get started?
Tracy, we on.
We are on. Yes, we are on the air.
Oh, let me get back in my
Now
position.
we're back to.
And welcome back to the Thommy Davis Show. Now listen, the songs I played, that was DJ Fella, and that was Saheed Muhammad, and that was also, I think, I played Saheed Fella, two fellas, and
Fat Man.
and Fat Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
You started off with Fat Man.
That's Fabio Toasty. He was from overseas, and so you got our own legendary vocalist from Baltimore on that, with done by me and Greg Lewis.
Yeah. I just found out that Fat Man isn't fat. Who knew?
No.
Who's Fat Man?
The guy that's on the that was on the first record that he played.
Oh.
Yeah, Fat Man is not fat.
I mean, come on. In Baltimore, we got nicknames. You know, Pookie is not Pookie. Dookie Man wasn't Dookie. Sidecar is not Sidecar.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, I know math, but not that much. It's like I'm joking.
So, you know, this while we was jamming and stuff like this, so we all got on Paul's headwear.
Yes.
And let me tell you something.
Wearable art, baby.
Wearable art.
Go to Gallery Glam on unchained.com. Gallery Glam.
Yeah. And these hats can be yours too.
Truly.
You can actually go down the street and be a walking piece of art.
Absolutely.
So
speaking, I have part of the story I want to say.
Okay.
So I met Paul at one of Tracy's exhibitions over there.
It was on 36th Street.
Yeah.
You have to climb a bunch of damn steps to get up in there. Oh, surely did.
This guy had this hat on, and I just said, "Who is that?" I just walked up to him and said, "Hey, where'd you get that hat from?" And he said, "I make them." I said, "Really?" So that was like, okay, we hit it off with his friends. You can see he's a delight, and he's just extroverted and out, just a gem for Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
What was that again? He gave me how many E's with that? Extroverted.
A gem.
You're very outgoing.
Yeah, I mean, you just
edible.
And censored. So the next time I saw him was at Artscape. And so I'm walking down the street, and this guy's coming down the street, and I said, "Whoa!" And he had this all in a wagon at Artscape. And I said, "Where you going? You got a fashion show down here?" He said, No, I just got some pieces I'm helping a friend sell. And it's a beautiful. If you could see on Facebook, I thought it was his work, but I still supported it. I still have it. It was stripped and it was like a pair of jeans.
It's what I'm wearing on my head, I think.
And it was long. It go around your waist.
Oh, that was what's her name? Pete. I want to say Pete Diddy, but not Diddy. Pete Lit.
Pete Liddy.
Something Liddy.
Okay.
Something Liddy. Female.
It was awesome. I just haven't figured out how to wear it yet, but that's a lot of stuff in my closet. Like, trust me, it's not unusual.
Oh.
So, because I like unique kind of wear. And if you're the kind of person that really want to actually support local artists, like Tracy and many, many other ones that are here in Baltimore, you could actually go wear their work. I mean, we got designers everywhere, like DJs. Everywhere that's out there that's doing their own thing, and we should really be going out there. So I always try to support and try to wear their stuff in fashion shoots and everything.
Well, that reminds me, when I met Paul, believe it or not, it was at Artscape, and that's when I started putting artwork on my clothing, and Paul actually bought one of my paintings and he couldn't get rid of me ever since. Me and Paul have worked together as far as graphics is concerned for his nonprofit. Paul has a lot of my artwork in his collection, and my last piece that I gave you. No, not the last piece, the mural that I did inside of your house.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah, it appraised for $3,500, y'all. So I'm saying yesterday's prices and today's price. Y'all should have got me when I was cheap. It's like I'm joking.
So Paul, you mentioned that earlier. Like I buy a lot of Tracy artwork. Mm-hmm. So it's like, how do I appraise that? How do I get the insurance people to do it, or I say, it's worth $1 million to me and I want to insure it, or what?
Well, first, as I said earlier, for those of you listening, you want to have documents or some kind of information regarding whatever it is that you purchase. So the artwork that you purchase from Tracy, on the sales receipt or invoice that she gave you, should have the majority of the information that is required or that will be asked of you if you decide to take what you have bought from her or any artist or any collector and reviewed it, and then you want to submit it to an insurance company or an appraiser. And that's why it's essential that, and with a movement for me,
is our education and focusing on management, which includes documentation, because I found with my 25 years of collecting art, it's like a vitamin D deficiency among artists because they focus on the creative side, not the business side. Okay. And once they are able to merge the two together, that can be a great asset for them because that way they have one, if they properly, I'm going to say properly, but if they focus on just picking up the documentation on how important it is, it will prepare them for like gallery representations, creating their portfolios, their resume, and it shows all of their accomplishment and their customers who they're selling their work to. But for insurance purposes or having your work appraised, there are things that you go to the website, look at that checklist. And if you have those things on your invoice that is purchased from Tracy or any other office, you are ahead of the game right there. And you all have to, let's say if you bought artwork from Tracy and she lived in another state or you weren't able to find her, how would you get this information for her? So, or either maybe the insurance company is not going to look for the person. I won't say that because, like I said, I'm not an insurance agent. But for the insurance piece, depends on the company that you deal with. I dealt with Geico for about 30, 40 years. Geico requires that if you decide that your insurance, or not insurance, that you want insurance for, let's say they'll ask you, well, how much is the value of your artwork that you have?
Now, wait a minute. Do I say the value that Tracy charged or the value the family discount Tracy gave me?
No, they're going to ask you what you owe. I'm going to tell you how they did, man. Well, no, they did, because that was a little different. When I say a little different, because I'm learning like the questions that you're learning. So I will call and I would say something like, I want my art insured. And I heard people use the term rider, but they didn't explain the rider to me. They said how much you want your insurance to be, your artwork to be insured for. So I came up with the amount. So I said like $1,000. But when I got to like $22,000, the insurance company said to me, for this coverage, you have to have an independent certified appraiser to certify that you have $20,000+ in value in art. That's the process that I had to go through.
Let me ask you this question. That's the same thing. Would you recommend the same thing for like maybe CDs or records or anything like that? Because now that I remember, I met Roy Ayers, right?
You did?
And, yeah, like
how?
I went to his concert and
well, that's a star.
And you know me.
Went to the concert.
You know me. I wandered backstage and I met him.
Really?
I wandered backstage and I had my CD with me. My Roy Ayers CD, like the best of Roy Ayers. And I'm just remembering that I had him sign it for me. He just died. I mean, it's worth maybe a small fortune. Who knows? He just died. I'm gonna cash out.
Oh, Roy Ayers?
Yeah, I'm gonna cash out. So would you respect it?
Next question. It's I got some Charles Cooper stuff that Charles gave me and made for me, clothes and put his artwork on it. It's like, so how do I tell an insurance company that Charles is no longer here?
No, I ain't gonna ask y'all. Well, I
don't know other copies of this. You know what I mean? This is
it's one of a kind.
Last of the line for his work.
Yeah. So how would you approach that?
Well, first, as I said before, I dealt with Geico and State Farm. I won't deal with neither one of them again. And there's a story behind Geico.
Keep going.
I know. But baby, I'd love to tell you that story too. That's how I found out where. But anyway, so again, I can speak for the insurance company that I dealt with, those two. But what I say is that what kind of information do you have to say that you have this particular item besides a picture of it?
Right.
You have anything else to go along with it to prove that you have it or that you purchased it?
any kind of documentation is very, very helpful.
So you're saying if he gave it to me, it's not worth
correct.
It?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, if he gave you something and all you have is the actual item,
right?
Then when you submit that information to the appraiser, and I'm gonna tell you how the appraiser that I use, how I understand how she functions, because I've been dealing with this particular company for about the company, it's her. I've been dealing with her for probably about 10, but she bought the company from the person she was the receptionist for. Wow. They set she was the second appraiser that I had, Alva Binder. Alva Binder, I forgot the name of her practice. Janice Lee, who's the founder of Harvest Appraisal Services. She used to live here in Gaithersburg, but she's in Dallas, Texas there. So Alva sold the practice to Janice. So I've been with them since like 2005. So I've been with them a long time, but they weren't my actual first appraiser.
But how do you get to the pricing? Like, how do you get to the pricing?
Well, I don't decide the pricing.
Okay.
Or the evaluation or the assessment or the value of the item. Mm-hmm. It's the certified appraiser.
Okay.
Got you.
And how that is determined, just like the process I went through with Tracy when she created a mural on my closet door. And one reason I did that is because the appraisal company that I use, Harvard for You Appraisal Services, search for Harvest. Right, sorry. Beach or Bell.
We're talking about the pricing.
Right. And so I would say to people.
So you contact an appraiser.
Yeah, you contact the appraiser.
Okay, and
then the company that I use. I'm not going to be.
No, we're not talking about companies. We're saying how do you
process.
The process.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, okay, but the process. Okay, yeah, the process is.
So you have the appraiser, you contact the company, and then after that, what?
Then the company will probably ask you a couple questions regarding whatever it is that you want to have done. And I'm sure.
Do they research?
But that's what I was going to next.
Okay.
Once you provide the information, if that's all you have, I'm sure they'll accept it, and then they will do some research on their own.
Okay.
And just like DJ Thommy said earlier, well, I think it's worth $1 million. Well, that's fine. If the appraiser does the research and find that it's worth $1 million or more, after they do the evaluation and assessment and their research, it may be $1 million or $1 billion, depends on the factors that he or she used to determine what the replacement value, that's the term, what the replacement value of that piece is. Gotcha. You don't determine it as an artist. You can probably estimate it. A gallery owner cannot do it. Like a real estate appraiser cannot do it. It's a certified appraiser, and that's who the insurance company, when you have a certain amount of work or collectible items, like I said, it could be dirt, rock, stone, staple, but you have a certain amount and you assess you want to evaluate it. Certain insurance companies will ask you, once you get to a certain point, like I did, I wanted like 20-something thousand. That's when they told me that I had to have a certified appraiser in order for them to cover it. And it's a separate policy. It wasn't, I've heard the term rider. I don't know what a rider is, except for when they ride me. So, but anyway.
You got that one in, right?
But anyway.
When I watch NT Roadshow, so what they do is say, hey, at auction.
And actually, you might have seen her on there.
Right. At auction, this will be worth that.
Correct.
It says, but go get it insured for this amount, even if you don't. So they might say, hey, go get it for $500,000 and insure it for that much. Because if it gets stolen, destroyed, that's how much it would cost you to find another.
Yeah.
Yes. However, you said you want $500,000 worth of insurance, but you submit that same item to a certified appraiser. He or she may say, oh, no, it's only worth $2.
Because I can get one from Lexington Market.
But basically what I'm saying is, the customer does not assess the value of it because that's not their specialty. That's not what they're certified in.
Okay, right.
It's a certified, accredited appraiser who the insurance company will pay. And with that being said,
but wait a minute, hold up. You said the insurance company will pay.
So, absolutely.
So if I bought a Tom Miller, put it on the ground, break dance, and then make a mistake and break the frame, I can call them and say they appraised it for $100,000. They will. I was like, I was accidentally break dancing and I slipped and broke the frame. They will give me $100,000.
Not for the frame.
No,
I'm saying for the frame. Oh, okay.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm telling you, it actually happened to me, but it was worth $500,000. The invoice price, like I said, the receipt that Tommy or you gave me on the invoice was $1,000. However, when I submit all the information from the checklist to the appraiser, and the appraiser did the research or market to check how much would actually replace it, especially if it's a one of a kind, or all those factors that they use to assess the value of it. I accidentally knocked the vase over that I paid like $750 for. It was the invoice price. However, the replacement value for that one of a kind was $3,500. And so, when you submit a claim to an insurance company, I'm not going to use the name, but when you submit the claim to the insurance company, I don't know what process, whatever insurance company that you go through, because I'm not familiar with it. I can tell you about the one that I use. When I went through when I contacted them and let them know what happened, they told me, they said, okay, we want you to send us like a note of what happened. Baby, I use all kind of adjectives, even the kind I had to look up. And I didn't want to make it too lengthy, but I used about a paragraph. Because when it happened, I mean, I panicked like a woman being attacked by men she didn't know. Well, I don't know, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so I submitted it to the insurance company, and then I received only one phone call from them. And the one phone call I got from them was the image that I uploaded did not accommodate their system. Then since I already had the item already appraised once, so what I did was send to the PDF form of the report from the appraiser that I use, and you get the report. So since I had like 35 pages, I directed them to the page where it was. So after I submitted it, 4 to 6 weeks later, check, $3,500. No questions asked.
Got you.
And that was followed by this. When I went on their website, I gave them 5-star review. How about this? True story. One of the CEOs reached out to me within the management level. Because I gave them 5 stars, they wanted my art story. I would have did it for free. I said, what? So they wrote the art story about me, and they have it on their website. It's on their website as of today, but since I can't mention the company name, and you know what? And since they asked me for my story,
I was going to say, only thing to do is Google your name and they'll find the story. I'm just
won't
saying.
they?
But
We're
not mentioning their names until they become sponsors. I'm just saying.
That's
Anyway.
what, and you know what? Speaking of that, because I asked them for a discount.
All day long.
And that's what you gotta do.
Look, everything I'm hustling.
Tracy.
Everything I'm hustling.
Tracy, I'm gonna need receipts. I need receipts for the swimwear. I need receipts for the artwork.
Oh yeah.
I need receipts for
You
the
collect the
t-shirt.
swimwear?
All
Yeah,
that stuff from Tracy.
Oh
You
my God.
didn't know that I had my clothing line? Yeah. Yeah, I got. If you want underwear with artwork on it, I got you.
Emerson
Is it one of a kind?
Well,
I guess that's a no.
listen. It's limited edition.
Yeah.
It's under 100, so I can. You know how you can number them.
Glasses from Tracy.
Oh yeah, but what Tommy has is one of a kind.
Yeah. That stuff was specifically made for
for Tommy. Yeah.
Then because I would say this.
Say that again for the people in the back of your head. Say, I'm Joe Head. Go ahead.
All I would say is this, because the company I use is very, very user-friendly. She does not charge you when you call. I would tell people this. If they're interested in going through the process of knowing information about the insurance or appraisal services, you can go to chitchatchew.com. You can either look on the blog, or you can look on the on
your YouTube page, right? Because you do put footnotes inside of your YouTube page.
Correct. I have them right, and a lot of the videos on the YouTube, and actually I have a section for learning.
Right.
I forgot what it's called. Because I've been doing so much.
Look, go on YouTube and you will find it.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Wow.
And I'm creating a resource channel there because I found that I'm an actual resource for many individuals within the art community.
How much is the consultation charge? I'm just saying.
For what services?
For the resources.
Oh, the resources are there and available before consultation is different, because what I've learned even in my own journey on a professional level is that if you want a consultation from me or Chit Chat and Chew, I will send you an assessment form. But basically, so that way I can get an idea of what we're going to talk about or how to focus on the topic at hand instead of us going back and forth. I don't know, you don't know. Mm-hmm. So if you go through like an assessment or whatever it is that you're trying to do, that helps me to focus on you and to service you with the services to guide you based on my 25, 30 years of collecting art and building the masterpiece organizer where art meets organization.
Okay, so I gotta be real petty. You said service you. Pause. Anyway.
No.
Oh, I'm not going to do you like Flo Nightingale. Flo Nightingale. I don't know if y'all heard about that white nurse. But I can tell you a story about Flo Nightingale.
They're going to send our listeners, if they got questions for you, they're going to probably send it to the thing real on our.
They can ask questions?
Yeah,
they can ask questions.
Nobody told me that.
We are on emails, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, did you put my email in?
And we get hate mail, we sending that too.
Oh yeah, don't discriminate. And if you're not feeling it, change the channel. There are many other things on the YouTube channel.
Thank you so much.
Sure. And that was a smidgen of the information.
Yeah.
Like an hors d'oeuvre. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, so give us the contact one more time. Chit Chat Chew and everything. As if they just listen right now. Give us all the information on how to get you, how to find you, all that.
Okay. First of all, thank everyone for having me. Oh, because I'm getting ready to leave now. Is that what it is?
We can leave.
Oh, good.
You can stay.
No. Tomorrow. Remember, my work as a nurse. So I got to leave tomorrow. But wait a minute. Let me bounce my way up out of here. I'll tell you in a minute. I've been put out of better places. Anyway, you can reach yours truly on the social media platform. Art, A as in amazing, R as in Randy and ready to go, T as in Tom, or teaching you the importance of documenting what you create and keeping track of what you create. The next 4 letters is C again. C as in courageous. H as in having a good old time. Arch, the I is as incredible for listening to yours truly speak. And T is for, how about have a good cat, a cup of chai tea. Art, Chit, Chat, and the next 4 words will be a C as a cat, H as in happy, A as in, amazing, T as in, let me think. Treacherous, how about that?
Hey.
And the last 4 words is chew. And the final thing is this. So it's art, chit, chat, chew, like chewing gum. And also to make you aware that art, chit, chat, and chew, we do have the rights to use the name. So it's trademark approved. And we're just waiting for one last part of the trademark, which is showing that the brand is being in use in order for you to receive our registration form. So that's the last thing I'm waiting for is the registration form. I'll have a good old party.
We're going to bring you back for that time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we
a lot
have
of people
to.
want to know about trademarking and stuff like that. It's real important. And it's not,
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, because they will steal your identity in a hot second.
yeah,
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, and I can share with you briefly on the next. If I'm mad,
The next
because
one.
you know what,
The
some
next
of
one.
us, you know how they feel about us.
If y'all really like them, y'all just send us.
Yeah.
Or if you want to hear that good bell,
If
baby.
you can't remember his name, it's a black lips hair, Rick Horn.
Or you hear that bell, baby, you know something amazing is about to happen. Or you're about to experience something that only you can experience with a bell.
Thank you very much, man.
I'm exhausted.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, it was fun, though.
Let's do some station ID stuff. Let's talk about where you can get the email, where you get the station, how you get on.